what is your top 10 most saddest anime moment of all time?
Let's settle this, Cackle. I'm a Super Saiyan 3 now. I don't like the feel of this. You act innocent, but you're deadly. I'm going to make you pay!
Hey everybody, what is your top 10 most saddest anime moment of all time? Let me know in the comment section below, as I'll be sharing you guys my top 10 saddest anime moment. And I'm talking about moments that made you feel very sad and very emotional watching it, or moments that made you even cry. Those moments that made you really touch your heart. Those are the moments I'm talking about that you should add in your list. So that's why I made a list today of telling you my top 10 moments, and all these moments made me feel very sad. But it did not make me cry, because I did not cry for anime. But if you have a moment that made you cry for anime, please share with me. I'll love to hear your experience in the comment section below. Each moment I mentioned on my list are the moments that made me really sad and got me really emotional, because they were really touching moments and I felt they were really sad. That's why I decided to make a video to share you guys my top 10 saddest anime moment of all time. So everybody, get ready and let's get to my list.
Coming in at number 10.
We got Kenshin Himura saying goodbye to Miss Kaoru from Rurouni Kenshin. Now each time I watch this scene, it really gets to me and I feel really emotional watching this scene, because you got Kenshin who's secretly in love with Miss Kaoru, and you got Miss Kaoru who's in love with Kenshin, and this is the final time they'll see each other, because Shishio came to Kyoto and it's up to Kenshin to stop him. So Kenshin told Miss Kaoru that I'm a wanderer, it's time for me to wander again. As he goes to her, he calls her at night time to say his final goodbye, and of all the people, he only said goodbye to her, as he hugged her and said, "Thank you for everything you've done for me." And we see him walking away, and because of that, she started crying a lot, and I felt really sad the way how they said goodbye to each other, and that is why I added this to be on my list.
Coming in at number 9.
Now, you guys all seen Attack on Titan, and that is when Eren's mother died. I add this to my list because I felt it was a very sad moment for Eren, especially for him to see his mom die like that. And inside the scene, we have Eren who's trying to save his mom because her house crushed her down, and he tried to save her out, but he couldn't do it. So then that's when Eren's been taken away, because she begged the army to help Eren and not make him be involved in this. So when Eren saw that the Titan came, picked up the mother, and he bite the mother's head off. Watch that scene for Eren's point of view was very emotional, because that's his mother first of all. His father's gone somewhere, and now his mother died in front of him, and he couldn't say I love you to her or anything, and he sees his mom being killed by Titan. So that's why I felt this to be inside number 9 spot, because I felt very sad for Eren right there. It was a very touching moment to see how he loses his mother.
Coming in at number 8.
We got Ichigo saying goodbye to Rukia from Bleach. Now, if you guys seen Bleach, what happened was Ichigo fight Sasuke Aizen. After fighting Aizen, he lost all his Soul Reaper power, and slowly his Soul Reaper powers faded away. So when his power was at the last peak, that's when Rukia came over to Ichigo in the world of living, and they hanged up a little bit, and that's when they both have a little flashback of how they met each other and all the stuff they've been through. And that's when Rukia starts crying as Ichigo says, "Goodbye Rukia, thank you for everything," and he sees Rukia fading away because he can no longer see Rukia, and from there Rukia left in Ichigo's point of view. It was very sad there, because Ichigo and Rukia did go through a lot. He did a lot of stuff for Rukia, Rukia did a lot for him. She saved his life, he saved her life so many times, and it's very sad to say goodbye to your best friend, as he says goodbye to Rukia, and he's no longer could ever see her again. That is later on.
Coming in at number 7.
We got Kikyo's death from Inuyasha. Now this will touch any Inuyasha's fans' heart if they see this scene, because this scene was the most saddest moment inside Inuyasha, and that's why I added to this list, because we see Kikyo die in front of Inuyasha's hand. He's holding on to Kikyo as she's about to see her final goodbye to him, and it's a very intense moment because both Inuyasha and Kikyo had a very strong bond, and they had a very strong relationship in the past, and they went through a lot. And now that she's finally dead, we see Inuyasha holding on to her, and when she finally dies, this part really got to me, that is we saw Inuyasha finally cry with a lot of tears pouring down his face. We see him crying a lot, and I felt really sad for Inuyasha right there, because I've never seen Inuyasha cry until this scene when Kikyo died, and seeing Inuyasha cry really touched me, and I felt really bad for Inuyasha, and that's why I had this to be on my list.
Coming in at number 6.
Now this is a 2-in-1, because they're both equally good, and I couldn't decide which one to choose. They're both very sad moments. So the first one is when Naruto meets his dad from Naruto Shippuden. When Naruto got taken over from the Nine Tails power, because he saw Hinata almost die right in front of him from pain, he couldn't control himself, so he let the Nine Tails power flow through him, and because of that, the Nine Tails was about to take over his body. But before that could happen, Minato, aka his dad, stopped him, and that's when Minato says, "That was a close one, Naruto." As Naruto's like, "How do you know my name?" And that's when Minato says, "I'm the one who named you," and he says, "I'm your father." When Naruto found out that he had a father and that his father was the fourth Hokage, Minato, Naruto first punched him in the stomach, and then when Minato saw Naruto's face, we see Naruto crying a lot, saying that, "What kind of father are you? Do you know how much stuff I've been through my past? Because of you, everyone hated me. You put the Nine-Tailed power inside me. I had such a bad past." As he poured out his feelings to Minato, and we see Minato saying that, "I believe in you, son." So seeing this whole scene was very emotional when Minato first sees Naruto and Naruto first meets his father. Now the second one is when Lizana returns from Fairy Tail. When Lizana first died, the whole Fairy Tail gang knew that Lizana's dead. They prepared themselves that she died. But out of nowhere, after the Ellis arc, the real Lizana came back. Turns out to be that the real Lizana never died. She got switched with the Ellis Lizana. So when she finally came back, the very sad part was when Elfman and Mira sees her. We see Mira and Elfman at the graveyard saying their prayers to Lizana, but all of a sudden Mira hears Lizana screaming their name out, and when she turns around, she sees Lizana running towards them, and that Mira starts crying a lot. She goes hugging Lizana, and then Elfman starts crying, and all siblings hugging each other because it's been a long time since they saw the younger sister, and they thought the younger sister died, but turned out to be she came back. So when Mira's reaction was really sad, and that got to me too, and that's why I added it to my list.
Coming in at number 5.
We got a very sad death from One Piece, the saddest moment on One Piece, and that is Fire Fist Ace's death. When Fire Fist Ace died, he was hugging on to Luffy, and then they're hugging each other, and that's when Fire Fist Ace expressed his feeling to Luffy, and he's saying to Luffy, "Thank you, little brother, for loving me." And when he said that, that's when he died in Luffy's arm. And when Luffy saw that, Luffy just screamed out crying to his brother. And it felt very sad because when a brother says goodbye to another brother, it's a very hard feeling to see your brother die. And especially knowing that your brother loved you a lot, you loved him a lot, and he's gone from your life. It's a very sad moment. And I felt really bad for Luffy, especially Fire Fist Ace. We saw him crying too, talking to Luffy. So it was a very emotional moment with two brothers. That is why I added to my list. And this was a very sad moment in One Piece.
Coming in at number 4.
We got the most epicest and saddest death in Dragon Ball Z, and that is Goku sacrificed himself for Cell. Over here, you see what kind of true amazing father Goku really is. He did not get mad at Gohan for not killing Cell right away. It's because of Gohan, Goku had to sacrifice himself, but he was, you know what, all he said to Gohan was, "I'm so proud of you, my son, and because of you now, I could leave the whole world to you. Goodbye, my son," as he teleports himself with Cell to another planet so he could save everyone from Earth by exploding. Seeing that right there got me really sad because at the same time Akira Toriyama was planning to not put no more Goku, but then a lot of fans requested for Goku to continue, and that's why he came back. So the scene that was very sad because technically that's supposed to be Goku's last moment forever. And seeing Goku saying goodbye to his son like that was very emotional, seeing a father say goodbye to his son. So that's why I added this to be on my list.
Coming in at number 3.
We got Lucy's death from Fairy Tail. Now, I'm not talking about the real Lucy. Inside the Grand Magic Tournament arc, the future Lucy came to the present arc, and she came to help Natsu so that he could change the future because Lucy's future was all messed up and destroyed due to all the dragons. So when she came, she died by the hands of future Roge. And when she died, we see her in the ground inside the other Lucy's lap, and she's crying to the other Lucy saying that, you know what, don't make the same mistake I made. Live your life to the fullest and never leave Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail will always be with you. And as we see Lucy crying again to Natsu saying that, Natsu, thank you so much. Because of you, I've been to so much adventures, and I wish I could be into more adventures. Seeing that got Natsu start crying, and when I saw Natsu cry right there, it touched my heart right there when I saw both Lucy and Natsu crying to each other. Because Lucy's dead, although that is a future Lucy, it still is Lucy. And as she says, she does regret not getting to go through all the adventures she had, and she tells her present Lucy that don't make the same mistake and make sure you live your life to the fullest. And that's when she died, and seeing that scene was very sad, and that's why I had to add this to my list, because Lucy's death was probably the saddest moment in Fairy Tail.
Coming in at number 2.
We got Sasuke finding out the truth about his big brother Itachi from Naruto Shippuden. After Sasuke's fight with Itachi lost the battle, and when he died, Obito came to Sasuke and he told the truth about Itachi, and that is the man that we saw who slaughtered his entire village and even tried to kill his little brother was actually following orders from the Hidden Leaf village. So in other words, Itachi was ordered to do all this stuff, and his parents knew that that was Itachi's order to kill everyone from the clan, and because of that, they gave up their life just so that Itachi could live up to his expectation. So it turned out that Itachi was actually a good person, and that his main mission was to protect Sasuke, as he wanted Sasuke to get stronger so that he could defend for himself. And to do that, Itachi made Sasuke think that his older brother was evil and that he killed everyone in the village just so then he could see Sasuke's power. And because of that, he told Sasuke to hate me and to use that hatred towards getting stronger, and when you possess the same eyes as me, then we'll fight to the death. And Itachi never wanted Sasuke to find out the truth about him because he wanted Sasuke to always think and know that his brother was evil. And he wanted his brother to always use that hatred towards what his brother did so he could get even stronger and stronger. When Sasuke found out the truth about Itachi, we see Sasuke having flashback about Itachi. And inside the flashback, we see that Itachi looking at Sasuke saying that we are flesh and blood, and that no matter what happens, Sasuke, I'll always be there for you. Even as an enemy, I'll still be there for you when you need me. And we also see one part that when Itachi told Sasuke to hate him and to use that hatred to get stronger, Sasuke started to chase after Itachi, and when Sasuke threw his kunai at Itachi's headband, Itachi picked it up, and when he wore his headband again, Sasuke saw that Itachi started to cry. And that's when Sasuke fainted. And I feel really bad for Itachi because this man was supposed to kill Sasuke, but he loved Sasuke too much. He couldn't bring himself to kill Sasuke. He brought himself to kill his lover, his mom and dad, his entire clan, but he couldn't kill Sasuke. That just shows how much love Itachi had for his little brother, and I really envy Itachi. I'm amazed with this guy, and I felt very bad for him. Out of everyone inside Naruto, Itachi had the most tragic life. After realizing what Obito said was true, and Sasuke started realizing all this flashback, we see Sasuke crying with a lot of tears down his face as he realized that his big brother was actually good, and he felt really bad about what he did and that his brother's dead. And what's really more sad is that Itachi died knowing that his brother will hate him forever. And when we saw Itachi dying, his last word to Sasuke was, "Sasuke, forgive me. This will be my last time seeing you." And that's when Itachi died. And seeing that got me to almost tear up myself because Itachi's path is a very touching moment, and that is why I had to be number 2.
Coming in at number 1.
We got the ending of Dragon Ball GT. Now the reason why I had to be number 1 is because every time when I watch this scene, it really gets to me and it makes me feel really sad and almost makes me tear up because that's the end, no more. Goodbye Son Goku, Goku's adventure's done. And seeing that really got me sad because when Dragon Ball Z was ending, they show a flashback between Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT, and it showed everything that Goku been through, and if you see a little character development inside the little flashback of what Goku's been through, how he got out of his power, all the adventures he's been through, and now we see Goku saying goodbye as he holds onto his power pole and he gets his Nimbus and he says, "Goodbye everyone, until we meet again." Seeing that was really sad because you know there will be no more Dragon Ball Z, and let's admit it guys, there is no other anime that could live up to Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z was the best anime. It was very sad to see it end like that, and because of that I had to be on my list because every time I watched it, it gets me sad, and I'm pretty sure those who are Dragon Ball Z fans, you agree with me too that each time you watch the ending of GT, it gets you every time. So that is my top 10 most saddest anime moment of all time. Please share with me and tell me in the comment section below, what is your top 10 saddest moment? You heard my list, now let me hear yours. I'd love to hear from you guys. And let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think about my top 10 saddest moment? Thank you for watching this video guys. If there's anything you like about discussion, please drop me a like, that will be amazing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe for more anime discussion. I'll greatly appreciate that guys. I'm Goku T23 guys, and as usual, have an insane day people.
I am a Saiyan that was raised on planet Earth. I will